Number 11 of the national title final qualifying heat for this group of drivers. 8 to go around. 15 car of Gavin Northfield on the pole with Ash Bergmere set for a dispatch. The green lights come on, away we go down the main straight. Bergmere on the outside of Northfield as they move out of turn 1 and 2. Back in third place, Wayne Randall as they head down the back straight. Dave Gardner moves up into fourth place. So they come out of pits bend to complete lap number 1. Bergmere up higher on the track leads Northfield. Wayne Randall third, then back in fourth is Gardner. Fifth place would be that of Neil Whitnish, then Kyle Fisher back in sixth place. Back then to David McKenzie and Dale Christensen. They move down into pits bend yet again. Wayne Randall right round the outside of Gavin Northfield. And the veteran driver from Queensland moves into second place. Back then to Dave Gardner in fourth, Whitnish fifth, Fisher in sixth place as they move out of turn number 2. Down the back straight, and the 22 Dale Christensen has a very flat tyre at the back of the field. Into the main straight they come. Wayne Randall to try and mow down Ash Bergmere. The margin was 0.7, it's 0.6 now. Back in third is Northfield, then back in fourth is Dave Gardner. Fifth place is Neil Whitnish, then Kyle Fisher and Dave McKenzie, and unfortunately the 22 car has a very flat tyre. Into the main straight, Bergmere leads after 4. The margin has gone from 0.7 to 0.6 to 0.5. At this rate, we'll have a dead heat at the end of the race. Back in third place, it's Gavin Northfield, then Dave Gardner. Fifth place is Neil Whitnish, then Kyle Fisher and Dave McKenzie. And Dale Christensen is just circulating around the track. No need to. He's going to get last points anyway. He's off the track now. Wayne Randall still chasing down Ash Bergmere. Third place is Northfield. Around the outside, the 8 car from South Australia, Dave Gardner, moves into third. Northfield goes back to fourth place. Whitnish there in fifth. Sixth place, Kyle Fisher, and then Dave McKenzie. Out of pits bend they come 6, now 7 down. 7 down and 5 to go. Bergmere cruising out in front. Oh, Dave Gardner's in trouble. Dave Gardner's run out of noise here in the main straight, and that's rotten luck for the South Australian. He crawls and crawls and crawls across the racetrack, and he's OUT out. So, big story there. Bergmere continues to lead. Wayne Randall trying to mow him down. Back in third place, Whitnish has got around the outside of Gavin Northfield. Back then to Fisher, and the last car running, Dave McKenzie. Lap sticking by, there'll be 3 to go this time around. Bergmere seems to have the better of Wayne Randall. 3 to run. The margin is out to a second. Neil Whitnish in third place and Gavin Northfield. At the back then to Fisher, and the last car running is the 24 of Dave McKenzie. Out of pits bend, there's 2 laps to go. Heat number 11 of the national title. This time around an 18.502 by Bergmere. Leads by 1.1 seconds. It's 7 seconds back to Whitnish in third. Northfield, Fisher, McKenzie, white flag. 1 lap to go. Out of pits bend they come. And it's all Ash Bergmere. He's opened up a bigger margin now. It's 1.233. Wayne Randall second. Whitnish is third. A gap back then to Gavin Northfield. A gap to Kyle Fisher. A gap to David McKenzie. And here comes Ash Bergmere, first across the line. Put your hands together for him. A great night for Ash Bergmere. The Victorian is first. Second home is Wayne Randall. Good set of laps by him too. Back in third, Neil Whitnish. Gavin Northfield will be fourth. Kyle Fisher and David McKenzie. 3 minutes 40.375. The winning margin 1.057 seconds. And Ash Bergmere had the quick lap of the race, is 17.817.
These guys are that well strapped in, it does take them a little while to get the gear off. And how's that smile? It's still there, I think, on Ash's face. It certainly is. He's had a You're having a very, very good night at this stage, Ash. You'd be pretty pleased with yourself.
Absolutely. This thing is just sweet. It's a sweet ride. I love it.
Definitely. You got the lead, and it was. You were never going to lose it. There was a bit of a battle going on behind you that thinned out fairly quick. And Neil Whitney actually come home in third back there, but you had that pretty well wrapped up.
Hard to know where to run when you're out the front, so yeah, I just kept it up. I'd made the pass around the top, so I just stayed there, and yeah, all worked out good.
Certainly did, mate. Well, good luck for your next one.
Looking to rejoin tomorrow night, if not later tonight. Here we go, final qualifying heat for this group. Heat 12, Manny Pascoe leads them down the main straight into turn number 1. With them is Wayne Aylett. They're 3 wide. Have a look at the action now as they go down the back straight. Gary Hicks in third place. Ryan Alexander, who barnstormed his way from the back in the last heat to finish second, is up to second now and is going to be out after Manny Pascoe. Back there in third place is Wayne Aylett, then Higgs. On the inside is the 44 car of Trent Wilson, and Lee Williams driving right round the outside. Moves up to 5th, nearly levelled up with Gary Higgs, and back of the tail is Paul Blenkiron. The margin is 0.8 between Matt Pascoe, Ryan Alexander. Back then to Gary Higgs from Western Australia in third. They're 3 wide for 4th place. On the outside it's Wayne Aylett. In the middle is Lee Williams, and on the bottom is Trent Wilson. Down the main straight, 3 down and 9 to go. Great battle for the minor placings, as slowly but surely Alexander's trying to close down Manny Pascoe's lead. 44 moves to 4th place, Trent Wilson. Nearly a concertina effect to the bumping brigade. Aylett back there in 5th, Williams in 6th place. Williams comes under Aylett, and Blenkiron can't find a way through. The margin is still 0.8 of a second. First to second has been that for the last 2 laps. It's Manny Pascoe out in front. Ryan Alexander second. Gary Higgs is third. We've got trouble over on the back straight. And it's Wayne Aylett in 65, who has come up against the concrete. And we have ourselves a stoppage. Heat number 12 of 15 qualifying heats tonight. Into the main straight they come. Super Sedan national title back underway with Manny Pascoe just in front of Ryan Alexander. Now the pressure will be applied. Gary Higgs in third place from WA. Trent Wilson and Lee Williams. 2 Queenslanders run 4th and 5th. Up into Pittsbend they run. Manny Pascoe in the middle of the track. Down low is Ryan Alexander from South Australia. Back then to Gary Higgs in third. Back then to Trent Wilson, 4th, Lee Williams, Paul Blenkiron and Wayne Aylett. Not much separating them as they head out of turn 2. Manny Pascoe persisting mid-track high or above. And down low on the track is Ryan Alexander. We come to the halfway mark. 6 down and 6 to go. Manny Pascoe sets the quick lap of the race in 18.182. Their off-record pace, which was set earlier on tonight by Adam Beachy. But the track starting to slicken off a wee bit, and Manny Pascoe has the better of Ryan Alexander and Gary Higgs in the concluding stages. 5 to go. He's opened up a second gap now. Back behind them is Williams, then back in 5th place is, Wilson in 4th, Williams 5th. Back then to Blenkiron and Wayne Aylett, but they start to spread out with 4 to go. And Manny Pascoe comes into the main straight. His margin has gone from 1.1 to 1.5 on that lap. And he's driving way quicker than the rest of them. Trent Wilson applying pressure now to Gary Higgs for 3rd place. That's the battle at the moment, with Manny Pascoe having 3 laps to run in national title heat number 12. Pascoe, Alexander, Higgs. Back then to Wilson in 4th place. Then Williams, Blenkiron and Aylett. Out of Pittsbend they come with 2 laps to go, and Manny Pascoe driving right away with this one. The two-time national champion, a 4 times Queensland champion, is out by 2.6 seconds all of a sudden and is driven right away from the field. Back in second place, Ryan Alexander, then Gary Higgs. Wilson up behind him. A gap back then to Williams, Blanchine and Aylett. White flag on display, and Matty Pascoe on his way to victory in heat 12. It's now 3 seconds the margin. Alexander will have to be content with second place. Third is still up for dispute, Gary Higgs, and then back to Trent Wilson in 44. But put your hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen. The two-time national champion, Matty Pascoe, drives right away. Second place, Ryan Alexander. Third is Gary Higgs, then Trent Wilson. Lee Williams is fifth, Paul Blanchine is sixth. And seventh place will go the way of Wayne Aylett in car 65. No time for the race due to the stoppage. The margin was 3.559 in the end. And the quick lap was an 18.182 by Matty Pascoe, who defeats Ryan Alexander and Gary Higgs.
Righto, Matty. About time you and I started getting a little bit better. It's been a bit of hard work. You've been back in the pack, but that was a good run.
Yeah, good to get a front row start, and yeah, just the car's real getting better and better. And, yeah, practice, yeah, we weren't very good, so we had to do a lot of changes, and yeah, now the car's where we want it, and we've done a real fine tuning now, so hopefully it's good enough to get it up somewhere near the front.
Well, that's the main aim, isn't it, to get yourself somewhere near the pointy end. Where you out of in your last heat?
I think 6, I think, so yeah, we'll see what happens. So I'd just like to thank all my family that all come down this Australian title, so it's great to have all them here, and all my sponsors, Bones Jordan, Jock Shack, KRE Racing, and everyone that helped out on the car, and my crew, Lamb and Ty and Wade and the boys all helping out.
No worries, Matty Pascoe. Good luck with your last one, mate.
He didn't actually roll over, but sustained enough damage that he's out. So 8 cars to run in this one. Here we go. Jury and Collins on row number 1. Dylan and Dick, row 2. Away we go. Pavlovich and Black, row number 3. 1, 2, 3 wide down there. Wayne Dick, widest of all. Pavlovich snuck up the inside. Wayne Dillon went back to 6th place as Sean Black come up on the outside. Dillon fights back on the inside of Pavlovich, and Wayne Dick is wide as well. Pavlovich through between Dick and also Dillon, and somehow they've all missed each other. Somehow they've all missed each other after the initial contact, whereas Pavlovich tried to come through the middle. Wow. Every state in it, which is fantastic to see. With the West Australian, Chris Pavlovich, being deemed the cause of the stoppage with that adventurous move through the middle, and luckily they're all still with us. Here we go with the restart. 11 to go. Pavlovich can still win from there. He'd have a lot of work to do though if he does. Away we go with the immaculate 93 of Kim Jury out in front. Jamie Collins in second place. Back there in third place is Wayne Dillon from Tasmania. Back in fourth place it's Dick, and underneath comes Sean Black. Black won a heat race earlier on tonight, and here comes Pavlovich starting the outside moves. Let's see if they pay off. He's got past 1 and moves up into 7th place. So he went around the outside of Adam Botts. He's now coming the big move on the outside of Darren Anning. So head down the back straight, but our race leader is Kim Jury. Second place is Jamie Collins. Third place is Wayne Dillon, then Sean Black. Black comes around the outside of Wayne Dillon. Back then to Dick in 5th place, then Anning in 6th. Further back to Chris Pavlovich and Adam Box. But the race is on in earnest for the lead. Kim Jury just in front. Here comes Jamie Collins now with an outside run, and he'll have to get the job done in a hurry because Sean Black has closed the gap. So he stormed down the main straight. Side by side, it's Kim Jury from South Australia, the Victorian Jamie Collins. And great driving by Sean Black. Somehow he has missed him, and he was right behind the duo fighting for the lead. Superb driving by Sean Black in the 26 car. And contact between the leaders, Kim Jury and Jamie Collins. has had Jamie Collins spin over there on turn number 2. So Jamie Collins gets himself mobile. And we've got a restart. Jamie Collins is going back towards the front for the moment. That move. .34 of Jamie Collins has been sent to the rear of the field. Into the start zone they come. Between the pit gate and the white line here in the main straight, they're back underway. Can Kim Jury hold off Sean Black? Sean Black immediately has gone to the outside, so move out at turn number 2 and down the back straight. He levels up down into turn number 3. Kim Jury in 93 from South Australia just in front. Not any longer because Sean Black has just driven right round the outside. Wayne Dillon is 3rd. Back there in 4th place and doing a good job is Wayne Dick, then Darren Anning. Back then in 6 is Adam Boggs, then Chris Pavlovich and Jamie Collins. They go up into the top turn, they'll come out at turn number 4 and into the main straight at the halfway mark. It's all Sean Black all of a sudden. He leads by 1.8 seconds. Jury in 2nd place, then Wayne Dillon, Wayne Dick and Darren Anning. Back then to Adam Boggs, Jamie Collins and Chris Pavlovich has gone to the rear of the field. The longer this goes though, the further Sean Black gets out in front. Great outside move out at turn number 4 and he's literally blown the doors off them. Down the main straight, he's opened up a big lead, 2.8 seconds. Back then to Jury in 2nd, Dillon 3rd. Darren Anning having a look underneath of Wayne Dick. Back then to Adam Boggs, Collins and Pavlovich. Not much separating the rest of them as they come down the main straight. The margin 1st to 2nd is well and truly advanced now over 4 seconds. The race is on in earnest for the minor placings. Jury, Dillon, back then to Dick, Anning, then Boggs, Collins and Pavlovich. Now those 7 cars are not separated by very much, but the lead is a big one. It's 5.2 seconds now. Jury holding on to 2nd. In fact, there's only 2.7 seconds separating the rest of the field, but our race leader has just driven right away with it. Sean Black from Queensland has 2 laps to go. Kim Jury in 2nd place. Dillon, Dick, Anning, right there with them. Here come the challengers. They know there's not long to go. Some thoughts of outside moves. Here comes Dillon now. White flag comes out for Sean Black. Wayne Dillon from Tasmania comes up on the outside now of Kim Jury. Right behind them is Dick, Anning, Collins, Boggs and also Pavlovich. They run side by side out of 1 and 2. It ends in tears over on the back straight. And we've got 2 cars in the fence. The yellow lights have come on. The checkered flag has come out. They've got going again, those cars. Now we've got a decision to make. Here we go with the restart. Sean Black has 2 laps to survive. Our 3rd green-white checkered flag finish of the night. Back underway. He took the lead from Kim Jury on lap number 4. Around the cone they go. Back in 3rd place, it's Darren Anning. He's under pressure from Jamie Collins. He was one of the 4 drivers sent to the rear of the field. Adam Boggs is in 5th place. They come out of 3 and 4. White flag on display. Oh, another pile-up. Darren Anning and Jamie Collins. It's all happening here in Heat 13. So Anning's driving away, Collins is driving away. Some of these must be built very, very sturdily. Meanwhile, Wayne Dick is waiting for them. He has a flat tyre. This is a survival of the fittest. Still in front of Kim Jury, Darren Anning and Chris Pavlovich. Pavlovich got sent to the rear of the field quite a while ago. He's up there in 4th place. He had one of those big moves earlier on in the race which didn't pay off. Down the back straight they go. Collins is coming back through the field. He's already passed a couple. White flag comes out again. They've safely got down the front straight this time. It's black from Jury from Anning. Look at Collins and Pavlovich. They go either side of Anning down the back straight. Well, Pavlovich does. Collins spins. 3 more have gone around. Check if no, the yellows are on again. You've got to be kidding. Out comes the cone.
I think they're going to wear that cone out tonight somehow, Jason.
Checkered flag is out. The race is over. Black is the winner and hold all placings after that. Sean Black is the winner. And goodness knows after Kim Jury, who finishes 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th.
Oh, no doubt here with Sean Black, you wouldn't have known what was going on behind you, but that race went for 15 minutes and there was a lot of carnage, 3 green, white checkers, mate. You were sitting up there in the front not knowing what was going on.
Yeah, everyone must be racing for a sheep station or something, but no, we were really comfortable and just sort of cruising around on the top and just waiting for someone to show their nose, and if they were gonna show it, we just amp up a little bit more. But yeah, I think we've got plenty left, and the track's really wide and obviously multi-lane, so yeah, bring it on.
Well, they're still first and second. I think are all right, but they've got to sort out third because there was a pile up, and the race eventually was declared. There was another pile up, but as you say, sheep stations is a national title. You know, when you're down the back of the pack, you've got to work a lot harder than what you do when you're up the front.
Yeah, but it's just everyone needs to remember that it's night one when the payday's tomorrow. So obviously there's probably a lot of guys that probably got some shit to fix tonight, and yeah, we're sitting quite pretty now.
Yeah, well, you'd be pretty happy with yourself at the moment, so go back, and I think it's just about time for a beer for you, isn't it?
Yeah, all right. Sounds good.
Sounds like a plan. Righto.
Here we go. 7 cars for the penultimate heat of the night, heat 14. All about Sanford Dispatch into the main straight they come. Good start too. Down the main straight, David Bush from Queensland. On his outside is Kurt Cronitis. They're 3 wide coming out of turn 2. And Steve Latham in the 8 car on the outside, who's won 2 heats tonight, is making things very interesting. Darren Kane there as well. They're 3 across the track. Darren Kane moves to 2nd place. Mick Nicola comes underneath us. Steve Latham. Kurt Cronitis goes back to 5th. Lucas Roberts is in 6th place. David Mush just in front. Here comes Darren Kane. Goes to the lead down to the end of the back straight. So Kane takes the lead. Can Mush fight back on the inside? He tries, but Darren Kane takes the lead. Back in 3rd place, it's Mick Nicola. Steve Latham in 4th place. Mush staying there with Darren Kane for the moment. Back to Lucas Roberts in 5th. Then Kurt Cronitis And at the tail of the field is Jason Picone in car number 22. They come out of Pitts Bend, complete lap number 3, 9 laps remaining, heat 14. Our race leader is Darren Kane, 3-time national champion out in front. Back in second place, it's car number 12 of David Bush. Here comes Steve Latham from Tasmania, right round the outside of Mick Nicola, moves into third place and then hits the fence up there in turn number 4. Yellow lights will come on. He just seemed to go in a wee bit too quick and was always destined to go wide, if not hit the fence, and that's what happened. And we've got a stoppage in heat 14. Here comes Darren Kane. Come into the start zone between the pit gate and the white line here in the main straight. Back underway. Bush in second place. Third place is Mick Nicola, and then Lucas Roberts in fourth. Here's the first outside move by Lucas Roberts. Comes up on the outside of Mick Nicola. So head up into turn number 3. Roberts is now going to maybe go on the outside of Nicola and also on the outside of David Mush. He's still on the outside of Nicola. Here he comes now on David Mush. Can Lucas Roberts make it stick? Oh, he's nearly there. Mush down low on the track. Lucas Roberts drives around the outside into second place. Lucas Roberts in the 0 car. Now he'll be out after Darren Kane. 5 down and 7 to go. Back then to Mick Nicola in 4th place. 5th place is Jason Picone and then Kurt Granitis. Out of Pitts Bend they come. Darren Kane, your race leader, the front left-hand wheel off the ground. Down into turn number 1. The margin is 1.3 seconds. Lucas Roberts is closing. Back then to David Mush in 3rd. 4th place is Mick Nicola. A gap to Jason Picone and Kurt Granitis. They come out of Pitts Bend. 5 laps to go in heat number 14. The front wheel off the ground, both now of Kane and Roberts. The margin's down to 1.2. He really didn't close enough on that lap. Back in 3rd is Mush, then back to Nicola in 4th place. So move down the back straight once again. Our race leader is Darren Kane from the 0 of Lucas Roberts with 4 laps remaining. The margin as they cross the line is 1.3 seconds. So doing exactly the same times almost. Mush back in 3rd, Nicola 4th, back then to Picone and Granitis. They come out of Pitts Bend with 3 to go in heat 14 of the national title, and Darren Kane leads them. Might have just opened up a bit more of a gap, and it's out to 1.4. Lucas Roberts in second place has the same margin over David Mush. A second back then to Mick Nicola in 4th place. 2 laps to go in heat 14. The 3-time national champion Darren Kane has got 2 laps to go. Back in second place, it's Lucas Roberts. 3rd place is Mush. 4th place, Mick Nicola. Then Picone and Kurt Granitis. Out of Pitts Bend for the second last time. White flag on display. Darren Kane has the front left-hand wheel well and truly off the ground. Lucas Roberts in second place. 3rd place hasn't changed. It's still Mush from Mick Nicola, who's close somewhat, but won't be close enough. Back then to Jason Picone and Kurt Granitis. Put your hands together for him though, ladies and gentlemen. First across the line, Darren Kane. Second home, Lucas Roberts. Back then to David Bush, then Mick Nicola. Jason Picone is 5th and Kurt Granitis rounds them out, with Steve Latham not finishing, just doing the 3 laps. No time for the race due to the stoppages. The winning margin 1.325. The quick lap was by Darren Kane in 18.807, and he defeats Lucas Roberts and David Mush.
Hello, Darren Kane. He's finally got to the pointy end of things, mate. Hey, I'll let you get your helmet off if you like. You spend too long with them on, so they all want to see your real face, mate. Not those steely eyes when you got your driving, yeah. Mate, you'd be pretty happy with that one.
Yeah, mate, like we struggled in the first 2 heats, and the second heat I've never felt so bad, and so I'd say we had a sealed over tyre and we'd cut it up, and yeah, the car was heaps different then. A little bit unbalanced, but at least we've got something to work with tomorrow night now.
Well, that's it. The track's opened right up too. There was some, Lucas Roberts finished second to you, and he was making a pretty big move there for a while, but he just had that little bit on him, and he couldn't get there.
Yeah, I didn't feel comfortable, but it's just about getting points and move on for tomorrow night. We need to be a lot better, but hopefully we'll be.
Fair enough. All right then. About time he got one there. So Kane with a win.
Position number 6, Coleman and Towers, Beachy and O'Brien, Nicola and Harper racing with Mick Nicola Jr. off the back into turn number 1. Towers on the outside, Coleman the inside. Where's Adam Beachy? He's on the outside of both of them, maybe trying to come through the middle. You can throw a T-towel over the 7 of them. So move down the main straight the first time. Callum Harper's gone back to last place. It's Coleman out in front. On the outside is Towers. Now Peter Nicola, who started out at the back row, is coming underneath of Adam Beachy. We might have saved the best race for last. Got a corker on our hands at the moment. It's Coleman out in front. On the inside, Peter Nicola moves up to second place. Third place is Adam Beachy. On the outside is the 33 car. It's ended in tears. The 33 car has spun. Yellow lights have come on, and that is Mark Towers. 2 down and 10 to go. So it's Brent Coleman from Peter Nicola, Adam Beachy, Mick Nicola Jr., Mark O'Brien, and the national champion at the back. The green lights are on. It wasn't the quickest start on a restart you'll ever see. They're all under racing conditions now, though. Out of turn number 2. Coleman the leader. Peter Nicola looking to come underneath of Coleman. Mark O'Brien won't die wondering. He'll go the outside for sure. Peter Nicola takes the lead. Brent Coleman back to second place. Third place is Adam Beachy. There also is the 23 car Mick Nicola and Mark O'Brien, and Callum Harper still tucked away at the back of the field. They come out of Pitts Bend to complete lap number 4. Peter Nicola in front. Coleman second. Third place is Carnival Tasmania 41 of Adam Beachy. He moves into second place. Back in fourth place, Mick Nicola, Junior that is. Then Mark O'Brien on the outside. Adam Beachy does a great job. Drove himself up into the fence so everyone else would miss him. The yellow lights come on again. It's back underway. Peter Nicola leads down the main straight. In second place is Adam Beachy. Third place is Mick Nicola Jr. And the national champion is going to maybe move to the outside. He's thinking about it as they move up into Pitts Bend. This one's not over by a long shot. Here he comes. The national champion starting to get busy. But so too is Mick Nicola Jr. He's gone underneath of Adam Beachy, who at the same trouble is trying to move into second place. So they head into the back straight once again. This one not over by a long shot. Peter Nicola in front. Then back in second place, it's Mick Nicola Jr. Adam Beachy in third place, and now looming up on the outside, the national champion in Callum Harper. He's taken on Adam Beachy. Now he's going to take on the 23 car and maybe the 2 at the same time. Mick Nicola Jr.'s gone. He's gone back to third, and Callum Harper has driven right round the outside of all of them. The national champion has literally just driven right past all of them on the outside and taken the lead. Back to Peter Nicola. Then we've got Mick Nicola Jr. in third place, and then Adam Beachy. But the one car has just gone pow and gone straight around the outside and now driven right away from them. Peter Nicola second. Back in third place it's Mick Nicola Jr. and then Adam Beachy. Behind them is Mark O'Brien as Adam Beachy tries to come underneath on Mick Nicola Jr., who's trying to pass Peter Nicola at the same time. I'm sure to make a mess of this in a minute as they come out of turn number 4. Callum Harper in front, Peter Nicola second, Adam Beachy into third, and Mick Nicola Jr. back to 4th. Mark O'Brien is right there with him, and back then to Coleman. Beachy moves into second place underneath of Peter Nicola. Peter Nicola fights back as they go into turn 3. Oh, that was desperate, and has caused a multi-car pile-up. There's only 2 left at this stage, the first and the last cars. Cars strewn across the racetrack. Adam Beachy in the 41, Mark O'Brien's got mobile. Mick Nicola Jr. is mobile. The car that went over the top was Adam Beachy on the Victoria 2 of Peter Nicola, and Peter Nicola is the car that's not moving at the minute. So we've got cars mobile, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 mobile. How about the drive by this man here, Callum Harper? He's just driven around the outside of all of them. Helmets off of Peter Nicola, so Peter Nicola is out. Here's a replay for those at home. Oh my goodness gracious. Straight over the top of the bonnet went Adam Beachy, and then slamming into the side was Mick Nicola Jr. and Mark O'Brien. So tow truck comes out for Peter Nicola. Still plenty can happen in this final 3 laps, as we've seen right throughout the night. We're back underway. It's been a dramatic old night in some respects, but this man here is going to be on maximum points after night number 1 if he keeps up for the next couple of laps. Steve Latham was 2 from 2 and ended up on the tow truck in round number 3, but this thing is a rocket ship down the main straight with 2 to go. 18.579 that circulation. Back in second place, it's still Mick Nicola Jr. Then O'Brien in third, Adam Beachy is 4th, and then Coleman in 5th. White flag to come out for the final time tonight for the Super Sedans in the national title. This is heat 15, has 1 lap to go, and Callum Harper leads. Back to Mick Nicola Jr. in second place, Mark O'Brien third, back then to Adam Beachy in 4th place, and then the 14 car of Brent Coleman. But ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together, the national champion, undefeated after night number 1, a faultless performance. Callum Harper drove right round the outside in that race to take him on, and defeats Mick Nicola Jr., Mark O'Brien, Adam Beachy and Brent Coleman. 1.141 was the winning margin. The quick lap was an 18.516, and you don't need the points. You don't need to know anything apart from that Callum Harper is undefeated after the opening night.
And you'd have to be pretty happy with that, but I've got to say you were pretty cautious for the first 3 or 4 laps. You were not going to get yourself mixed up in anything, were you?
Oh, wrong place, wrong time there for a while. So Pete there settled inside of me and managed to get through traffic a bit better. And yeah, I thought it was in a bit of trouble, but yeah, wait till they settle down a bit and start picking them off. But yeah, no, the car's going real well, and track is just fantastic. So hopefully something similar tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I'm glad. I think Dave Roberts and all the people that put in the hard work on the track would love to hear that the track is still fantastic, because they've been working since Monday on the track to get it like it is. And as you say, tomorrow you're the only car on 3 wins now. Steve Latham was doing all right there until he had a brave move, and unfortunately the concrete won out of that one.
Yeah, it's what happens in national titles. You could be at the wrong place at the wrong time. You've got to have a lot of luck on your side, and yeah, you mainly got to be careful. And if you've got the speed, just be patient and pick through. But yeah, no, the track come in real well. The bottom was probably a bit too good early, but yeah, it come in awesome. So let's hope it's something similar for feature time, and we can put a race on for you.
All right, well, I think you can go and have a frothy now. You might have deserved one. Callum Harper, 3 wins on the trot, so he is the man at the top of the points at the moment.
Thanks, Maury. We'll have the 2 production stand feature feature races to come now over 12 laps. The odds and evens. We don't have a starting lineup for you, Murray, but